Hey guys, Veebat here with another V Plays, and the other night when I was flying with Postal, as we finished up the Beaufighter V missions, even though I already have the plane, I was able to get a couple of crates, and in those crates came a very unique aircraft, the Yak-3RD. Now I've said many times I hated the Yak-3, I absolutely hated it, and it was mostly due to the fact that it couldn't get out of its own way. The thing was just sluggish, it could not get to where it needed to on the battlefield. But the Yak-3RD, on the other hand, has a rocket booster in the tail, which makes it insane. Now, it does have a downfall, and that downfall is going to be that it only has a single cannon in the hub, and it's a 23mm. Now, before you go and judge this thing, I was looking at it and I realized that this is the same cannon that you get on the Tier 10s. So this is a Tier 7 aircraft with a Tier 10 gun on it that can hit out to some really good ranges, can boost itself up to well over 400 miles an hour, and it can still turn like a Yak-3. So like this guy all the way out here, we're able to take him out. Now we have the speed to be able to get over to the airfield. We're gonna hit that boost cooler and just look at this thing rocket. In the climb, 481 miles an hour. Absolute rocket ship. Oh, we want to go after the Yak-15. There we go. This guy's on my ally. We don't have a ton of damage. We have to acknowledge that. But going up into turning fights with light fighters, it's enough to be able to do the job. And that's all we're really asking for. Now this guy's up high in the Corsair. There we go, got that. Diving onto the Corsair, we thought that it could get away. Of course, I'm not the only one shooting him right now, so we're not seeing the limitations of the gun. Oh, hey there, friendo. Whoa, you keep away with that. So there is the Yak-15. Oh, is that not the Yak-15? That's the P-51H. Oh, look at this. That's a P-51H, Tier 8, altitude/speed fighter for the Americans, or energy fighter. We were able to take him out at a pretty decent range. Not going after the ground attacker though, as much as I say that the firepower is decent enough. But the ability to stick with aircraft is what makes this thing so much more versatile. It's an absolute monster when the thing gets on you. It's really hard to shake it off. Can I steal this kill from him? I think we just did. Is this the 15? No, it's P-51H. Now he's in for a bit of a surprise. Look at that boost turn. He should not be turning with us. There we go. See the Jawa over there. We might go for the Jawa. We'll see what's up. There's the Yak-15 again now. We're going to be able to turn with him. Not sure what his setup is, but I think we just got some guns on. Nice job, team. Hoo-hoo. Almost collided with our buddy there. See what we can do to try and pick this zone up. All the aircraft just respawn, and that Yak-15 can respawn here as well. Something's on our 6. Keep switching targets. Something's on our 6 again. Is it the Jawa? Yeah. You don't get much of a chance. I was kind of waiting to see the indicator to tell me that there was somebody on our 6, but it didn't come up. Jawa doesn't take many shots to take you out. I really want to specialize this thing and allow me to be able to put on a lightweight power unit to get a little bit more maneuverability on it. But currently what we're running is a boost cooler, the improved mixture controller or whatever, which is going to allow us to be able to get a quicker cooldown on the rocket. And then on top of that, we are running polished skin because it's already a very nimble platform, and I want to maximize its ability to kind of sustain these velocities. Gotta look out for him. He's the danger boy. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get over there.
Air supremacy achieved.
Nice job. Have to slow down to get that best maneuverability. Got his tail. Knocked him out. Good job.
Keep it up. Receiving reports about rapidly deteriorating weather conditions. The port will be unable to reach you. Do you read me? Over.
Speed's not going to do him much good here. We'll be able to stick on him long enough. Got him. Oh, they only got a whisker left of that command center. Throw up the GG, although I'm sure that they disagree, and we'll take a look at the stats on the aircraft and see how we performed. Now, we did get a lot of our kills were just assists, and I'm sure that that's going to be something you'll see a lot with this aircraft with only a single gun that only does 170 damage per second. But again, you're going to be able to stick on those targets a lot longer. It reminds me a lot of like the Goblin. The Goblin was fast, it was very quick acceleration, it has the best maneuverability at that tier, at that altitude bracket, but the guns were very lackluster and it took a while to kill something, and that's going to be the same case you have with this aircraft. But 170 damage per second isn't terrible at tier 7. I mean, it's definitely not where a lot of other light fighters are, but it's more than enough. And I actually surprised myself. We were able to take out a total of 10 targets during that battle, and we assisted with another 7. So again, I'm not entirely wrong with the assist generator here, because we were only helping out for nearly half of our kills. We're still able to pump out 2,375 damage, not too many crits, 420 capture points, 380 from actually affecting attack capture opposed to defense. And then we're number 1 on the team, 8,670, not too bad for a 6-minute and 48-second battle. We were taken out once again by the Jawa, and for what this aircraft is, we can see that the maneuverability, even with not running any maneuverability equipment on, we are definitely running our MiG-15 pilot in it. But let's swap it out for something more reasonable. Let's go. This is a pretty standard configuration right here, and you're still going to see an 8.4 second turn time. The airspeed with a 5-second boost, we can get up to 490 miles per hour, and you guys saw a little bit of that when we were cruising between zones at the very beginning of the battle, and we have a fairly good sustained speed as well. The polished skin, I feel, allows me to be able to maintain that velocity a little bit better, and we can always dip the nose to get a bit more out of it, especially if we pushed ourselves up a little bit too high in the altitude bracket. Which brings me to altitude performance. 4,900 feet is not a bad altitude performance. I feel like that's a very reasonable altitude for a aircraft that has this level of turn performance to be able to get up to. Now, combine that with a service ceiling of 11,000 feet and a climb rate of 504 feet per second, This thing it's literally a rocket ship. It's the other Tier 7 rocket-propelled aircraft in the Soviet line for the premium aircraft at Tier 7. And the only thing you really got to take a hit on, again, is this gun. And if we take a look at this gun, the NR-23 hub-mounted, and compare it with the Yak-15, they're the same gun. So again, we're seeing Tier 10 guns being equipped on a Tier 7 aircraft, which means we're getting much more consistent fire. It's only one gun, so you're either hitting or you're not. And with you're hitting with your full damage potential or you're not. And we're able to shoot out to 2,600 feet. That's really good range. Like, if we take a look at the I-220, the I-220 is a very good Tier 7 altitude fighter for the same line, and this is specialized, and its range is only going to be 2,300, and with 480 damage per second, 170 isn't too bad considering we're able to hit out even further, and we're going to be able to stick on those aircraft like glue when they do come by. And even that Mustang had a real problem with us once we decided that he was our target of choice. The reason I became kind of fascinated with this aircraft and why I'm so excited to pick it up is that I got chased down in a heavy aircraft by one of these planes, and it chased me all over the map, and I just couldn't get away from it. And I realize now why that's the case. I mean, I looked up the stats and I'm like, man, this thing probably has a lot of potential, but I wanted to see it for myself. So here it is, the Yak-3RD. And as much as I hated the standard Yak-3, this is a breath of fresh air. Because like I said, the Yak-15, I enjoy it not necessarily because of the firepower, but because of the speed and the maneuverability and its ability to push itself up to higher altitude, and the gun's range, allowing it to be able to continue to affect a target even though it thinks that it got out of my engagement basket. Because as a boom and zoom player, I will tell you the first thing I'm going to do when I see a turn fighter is I'm going to dip that nose, dive on the target, take a few shots. If I don't kill him, that's fine. I'm just going to power through. Because by the time that aircraft turns around, I'm going to most likely be out of his fire basket, and he's not going to be able to provide chase because he doesn't have the velocity. And even when I flew turn fighters, that's what the heavies did to me. With this aircraft, not only is my fire basket that much further away from my aircraft, but I'm able to maintain that chase, and that's exactly what happened with that P-51H towards the end of the battle when he came into the airfield. So I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at this rare and unique aircraft, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.